I was able to shoot the P10F yesterday at the local outdoor range. I got 128 rounds down the barrel. This is what the barrel looks like after 128 rounds of Remington UMC 115 grain FMJ ammo. Chamber in, there's a little carbon, little brass. The lands look pretty good. They've got some stuff smeared on them, but they don't look bad. The grooves look terrible. You can tell it's this kind of dark gray material, which I assume is carbon residue that's gotten smeared through each shot. Those little streaks to the left there are where I've run this bore scope up and down the bore a few times. And you can see the buildup in the grooves is a little bit of copper and a little bit of carbon, I think. And it's a little worse on the end of the barrel, toward the end of the barrel. You go back toward the chamber and it drops off a little bit, and I assume it's just because more powder gets crushed under the bullet and spread out over this bore. But you can see the carbon buildup is mainly toward the edges of the grooves. And now next I ran patches through and little number 9 hoppies, and that got a lot of the carbon out. I still haven't used a brush or anything. So this is what it looks like just after one wet patch and 4 or 5 dry patches, pretty much until I quit getting much to show up on the patches. And you can tell now everything's cleaner, and some of the gray residue has been removed. Not much, but some has. But the lands are very smooth, very clean. There's still some discoloration on the lands, and then you can see there's still plenty of carbon in those grooves, especially near the end of the barrel. So this gun still not as clean as it was when I went out there, but to be honest, it doesn't look much worse than it does after probably 400 or 500 rounds. It looks about the same. So I don't think it looks to me like you shoot a few bullets down the barrel and you build up whatever it's going to build up, and then it kind of stops. It kind of stabilizes, and the bullets just scrape out whatever they're going to scrape out themselves as they go down. They leave the initial stuff in the lands, probably on the rough machining in the grooves. They probably leave some material in the grooves due to the machining. And then next thing I did was I ran some VFG pellets with some bore paste on it to try to get these grooves cleaned up a little. And you'll see they still look real rough, but the gray material is gone. The lands look great. They're slightly discolored, but there's certainly nothing on the lands. The lands look really good. The grooves look rough from whatever machining process was used. And then there's still some material, looks like near the muzzle. So there's still some carbon in here, and I'm sure I could get it out with a lot more work, but the whole idea was to see how much you can get out with the minimum amount of work and the minimum amount of time. So I think what I'll probably do is probably just go straight to the VFG pellets and use it and some Kroil. Probably soak the barrel a little bit in hops number 9, probably, 15, 20 minutes. Go clean the rest of the gun, what little cleaning I do, and then run the pellets up and down this thing, and then a few patches, and then one patch with oil on it, and call it good. Because I don't think it. I think the gun is back to where it was before you cleaned it after just a few rounds. That's what I think. I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of how this went. VFG pellets are better in the grooves. You can get the lands clean with anything.